All right, there we go. We are live. Hey, everybody. Hi there, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. It is Mike Jackson Broad with another episode of Legacy Life on Kaiju, our Thursday night game. We are running a little bit later than usual. I apologize. It is my fault due to coordination issues. Let's go with that. I volunteered to help out with some local community stuff, and I'm just going to have to take it all over. A 45-minute meeting lasted.
Your domain.
Yes, 45-minute meeting lasted 90 minutes. I will GM that too if I have to. Let's go ahead and introduce everybody in Discord order.
Hi, my name is Adam. I will be playing the Red Path today, which is some family I can't remember. It's on my sheet up. One True Faith, was it? Servants of the One True Faith, that's it. And my character is Antrius, who is a remnant.
I think Matt's muted.
Still muted.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
Is this sorcery of some sort?
Oh, that's right. I'm on push to talk on this one.
Okay, cool. Imagine somewhere in our nest of systems we'd muted Matt and just didn't tell anyone.
Shadow banned me. I see how it is. So anyways, hey, I'm Matt. I play the stranded starfarers known as the Fawn, and my character that I run is the somewhat reckless Gilnax.
Hi, I'm Zach. I am playing the Uplifted Children of Mankind, and can we talk about that name for a second? For real? Mankind didn't do us any favors.
And it's not like you're not called that. You're the CCCP.
No, that's the playbook we're playing, right?
Yeah.
My name is the Collective Confederacy of the Chimeric Peoples, and we are currently not actively staging an uprising, but we should be. And I am the only person who's not playing a recurring character from the first rounds. I am playing Korg, the firebrand that infiltrated the church in an attempt to foment said rebellion, and then convince them that he's part of the problem, apparently. So, it's going well so far.
Hi, I am Jonathan. I am playing my playbook here for the family is Cultivators of the New Flesh, for Family Semelius. They believe in self-improvement, the kind that involves DNA and RNA and Kaiju-NA.
KNA?
Yes, KNA. Maybe that does sound better. I just needed to get the Kaiju link in there.
Cosmic radiation. Kaiju cells. So we are playing Legacy Life Among the Kaiju. It's built off the Legacy Life Among the Ruins, 2nd edition. You should see our character sheet here. We have what was previously referred to as the homeland. We're calling it the Boneyard because it seems better to me. Last time, who remembers what happened last time? Who wants to give us a quick rundown of the previous events? Traditionally, I think that falls to Zach.
Oh, good. Yeah, I give the best recaps, obviously. So last time we started, we sort of turned the wheel. Everything got better and or worse for our various families. Some people got more resources. Some people wound up raiding other families that we won't talk about. And then there was an expedition to a radio tower in the wilderness outside the Boneyard, spearheaded by the church. And we found some robots that are activating said radio tower, and there's a bunch of Gundam Kaiju fighting gear around. And I don't think we definitely threw goat fleas at the
that's because we found some sentient Geth robot people. Unholy abominations against the Kaiju flesh.
They got eaten by giant fleas, though, is the upshot of that.
Most of them did. One escaped.
Okay.
Goat-sized fleas.
Yeah, that's fair. One escaped. And now we're kind of left with the aftermath what do we do with the giant Kaiju calling tower? Because that's what we sort of figured it was, is the Kaiju battle arena go signal, essentially.
It's really like a Kaiju salt lick, you know? You show up here.
Yeah, Kaiju salt lick, Kaiju collar. Like, it's a thumper for Kaiju, basically.
Oh, I mean, now it totally is just a thumper. Bam! What's that? We're calling them Maudib. Oh, sorry, I guess,
You're welcome.
yeah, Adam's character in this case. Andreas. All right, so yeah, we don't necessarily have to open there. We can. There was no real decision on what you all wanted to do with this stuff. If you wanted to destroy it, or if you wanted to use it, or if you wanted to call down some Gundam, or whatever they were.
I don't know. There were decisions about wanting to transport it back, wanting to destroy it, maybe trying to build this into an outpost of some kind. I don't know.
Yeah, I think largely we don't have the manpower to do anything right now with the stuff here. And I mean, the weapons
Clearly need to be destroyed because they're abominations.
Yeah, I mean, even beyond our knowledge how to use in the first place.
There is that as well.
I'm still looking for a piece of tiny Korg-sized power armor, because I know it exists.
It has to.
It would just by narrative convenience, it must be a thing. So
what I am picturing is literally dog armor, but like not uplifted dog armor, but dog armor. So now you're left with his choice.
Yeah, it's exactly like the dog armor in Fallout 4.
I was about to say, yeah, that's sort of my visual reference as well.
Right, it's what looks like a metal pack that you hold with your hand, because you need to take up your dog on the go periodically, apparently. And then a bandana and goggles.
The dog armor in like Jet Force Gemini is what I'm thinking of.
Ooh. Dog armor. I'm going to put DLC and see what happens.
God damn it, Mike.
For a minute, I was trying to figure out how DLC was the initials for dog armor.
Oh, this is amazing.
Anything armor DLC.
Yeah.
Copy image address. Here. This
is...
Fuck you, Google.
Seriously.
What the hell, Google? Just show me the damn thing.
Wow.
Yeah, I've seen these.
Yeah.
That's solid. I like that. Yeah,
they make them for cats, too.
We found a Renraku stash, didn't we?
Ooh.
That cat is totally going to kill the person who put them in that armor.
That cat is thinking, hey, this armor matches my eyes.
That dog is super pumped to be, like, included and, like, wearing the armor because it means a thing. Doesn't know what that thing is, but it means a thing. That cat is like, I'm going to murder you in your sleep, and this armor is silent, so you'll never hear it coming. Maybe that's it. Maybe they put an armor with, like, an armor penalty on the cat, so the cat took prowl penalties to come get them.
Secret bells hidden among the armor.
Uh-huh.
God, we're such nerds.
It's like the old trick of like putting the wizard in chainmail. Like capture the wizard in chainmail so they can't cast magic spells.
Oh,
it's a cat.
Oh, yeah.
Plate armor, right?
First and second edition thing.
But you carry around for after you got all your spells. Yeah.
Yep. Well, then we're putting the helmet on the psionicist. Therefore, they're completely and totally neutralized.
Yeah, it's like strap them in.
Put your helmet on. It protects everyone.
We are really good at
staying focused.
Yeah. This is the exact problem. Like, I had no idea there was such a wide variety of animal armors.
Oh God, are you still down that hole, Mike?
I am
back, Mike.
Yeah.
I am multiple pages into Google and just amazed. Like,
we're already talking about turning this into secret Luke Cage chat.
Guys,
well.
we just
Luke Cage was super good.
Shit together.
Did they stick the landing on it? I haven't watched it yet, so don't tell.
I'm like 11 out of 13 episodes in, and it's super good.
Yeah, no, I'm about that far as well. I've enjoyed.
Was good.
Okay,
Enjoyed. What is that?
that is some armor.
Is that like dog boob armor?
That's like
That
dog's
So Darth Bane, right, with the the orbalisks or whatever they're called.
Oh god, yep, that's exactly what they are.
That's what that looks like to me. Like they're alive, and eventually they're going to cover that whole dog.
See, I can see the metallic-y sort of bits on it, so I can't see that, unfortunately.
Okay, wow. All right, I'm going to close this window. And we're going to focus on... Because you don't want to know what I just stumbled into next. Because it's just... That's what happens. All right, so, yeah, do we... do we want to allocate resources? Like, what's your all's plan for this stuff? Maybe just leave it here for now.
Brother Felonius was looking to Antrius for guidance on this.
I'm sabotaging it. Just
all of it, or just the armor, or
enough of it that my people won't get eaten out here for no reason.
I am on board with plan sabotage the horrible monstrosity thing.
The metal men wanted it. It can't be good.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have any good ideas of what to do with that, really.
All right, so it sounds like right now, at the very least, you want to sabotage the tower, whether it was a Kaiju calling tower or something else entirely.
Yes, I want it to never turn back on.
Okay. What about? I mean, so that seems it's more fun if you fail. I don't know. Probably not.
Well, he's using something he doesn't know how to use, so he should make a roll anyways, probably.
Well,
Am I using the dog armor? Is that what I'm doing right now?
Oh God!
I'm looking in the dog power armor, and I'm on all fours, and there's a minigun spinning up behind me.
What is that blasphemy?
I think I'm secretly sabotaging it, because I'm pretty sure that jerk right there, that jerk wants to keep this operational, because I know I'm inside his head. He wants a high volume chimeric people to kaiju feeding station.
Who's he pointing to?
he's making it on all of us.
All of you. All of you. If you can imagine the finger being pointed in your direction, it works.
What I love, though, is that, you're going to go and sabotage it, and Kato's like, well, okay.
Well, and you can just actively eat it, right? This is what we discovered from last time.
Jesus.
I don't know. I filled up on Robo Metal Men. They're kind of filling.
Do you have any more fleas?
Yeah, they're still there. I think they hurt one of them or something.
Well, they're goats, right? So they're just gnawing at every exposed wire, right?
Goats. Yeah. Well, and they have part of that metabolism thing. I think that's where we stole it from the kaiju itself. But,
yeah.
No. So they're tearing panels off of stuff and chewing on things.
They're eating the siding of one of the.
There's showers of sparks going off around them.
Yeah, and like I said, most of this whole area was not disturbed. It was only this radio tower thing that apparently anyone had any interest in. So, all right, so you're staying here. Is there you're just sabotaging the area or sabotaging the device? Yeah, I think that calling a roll for that doesn't really seem good to me. But there's also the whole weapon cache. Is that anything that is going to be sabotaged as well, or left alone, or what?
Not the weapon cache, but I just realized I got a new family move. It might even apply to dead robots.
I would be definitely be taking like whatever sort of semi-formal honor guard I have developed, and like
Your giraffe people that you
arm them. Yeah, really long-necked power armor, or like regular person power armor, and the neck just extends up.
Yeah, they have to like get extender cables to like make it work still.
I think that's a. You can take that as a surplus, can't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we could take weapons as a surplus or armaments or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it would be.
I don't know if that applies or not to robot people. I don't want to be robo-racist. So anyway, the family has recycling now. When your character dissects the body of an unnatural creature, they can improvise a device from its organs or fluids.
You didn't have that? You didn't have that before? That sounds like a totally new move.
Oh no, there's a limits to how many of the cool moves I can take. I just learned how to do that, okay? Before I had to learn how to make myself be cool and incorporate their stuff into me. I had priorities.
Roll.
But anyway.
Roll.
I don't even is it even a roll?
Oh, you just dissect them and it happens.
They can improvise a device from their organs or fluids.
40.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's recycling from cultivators of the new flesh.
All right.
Gross.
All right. So, Zach, go ahead and take. Where is it? Weaponry as a surplus, right?
I was going to say defenses or weaponry makes the most sense, probably.
These are non-defensive. Like these are.
Right.
The sort of like I think we decided that they were like the sticks from
Oh yeah.
Stargate, right? Yeah. And there are also like the mobile suit thing sort of here if you wanted to get some of them as well. But you'll only be able to take like one of them, and those would not count as weaponry. They would count as vehicles.
So are the people you talking about members of the church, or do you have some other separate contingent?
I think so. Yeah, this is a really good question, actually. I think what I'm saying, and I've got to move the response to this, basically, that I have sort of created a sectarianism within your church, and I have like a small following around myself, right?
Except these are the people that you failed to revolutionize last time?
These are people that were nearby when I failed to revolutionize, for sure. But these are like in the first little scene, I had like the giraffe honor guard, like those people. I have like a handful of peoples that can all carry a bunch of like weapon staves. Yeah.
If you're doing this actively in front of the church, we would stop you. If you somehow propose to hide a suit of power armor.
I don't think the power armor does not seem feasible, right? But yeah, I think that like arming, because I also have like apparently the most militant wing of the church as well, because they're already like my giraffe honor guard, right? So I think them taking weapons with them doesn't seem like it would be super shady.
I mean,
these are blasphemies, aren't they?
Yeah. These are meant to kill kaiju.
You want a challenge? I don't even know how we do this, but I'm into it.
Let's see.
We need that Star Trek music.
Oh, this is clearly a duel of wits. But
wait,
that doesn't
your corgi got into a duel of wits? That seems like a bad plan.
Okay,
so I think what's going to happen here, right, is I am going to be... I think that the thing that makes the most sense to me right here, right, is I am going to attempt to claim these things by force, right? And that force is like purely like my person's force of personality and leadership of these people within your organization, right?
Okay.
You can fuck with that, though. Right? Because you have treaty on me, you can burn it to make it harder. you can mess with my attempt to do this thing. And I'm definitely open to like other interpretations of the situation, right? Than me making a schismatic religion and taking these by force. But that seems to be the most, to me, the most obvious way to do the thing.
And then there's where is the move for sabotage, or
Isn't that... There's subterfuge, but that's for infiltrating.
So I think maybe that's subterfuge is the infiltration. So maybe if I want to do this on the DL and like make this a part of the, if I want to do this without causing an active schism right now, maybe I have to subterfuge it.
Yeah, but I mean those are all like active family moves. So like this would be like mark the location of the weapons, come back for it later in force. Or if you have force now, I guess we zoom out and do that. Like for the character bits, it's like
it might be just like a simple diffuse in the situation roll.
Right, because you're taking notes and basically advocating to not destroy the weapons when everybody else, pretty much except for Kato, is going, no, we have to destroy these things.
Yeah, Kato's not lying about the weapons either.
Okay.
The wrong kind of attack, but
okay. I mean, I can definitely, I can do that, and then we can. I think with that, I should erase the weaponry surplus for now,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll come back to that. Because what I'm doing right now is I am smoothing over within the organization and face to face with Space Pope the existence of these things, right? So I'm tiny corgi fast talking. Like, I think that these could be a very useful tool for our to protect our pilgrims on the way to their pilgrimages to their sacraments. Because a life not taken by the kaiju is a life wasted. Yes. My people have faced the crows.
Yeah, no.
My people have faced the graboids.
But
we know the dangers of this place.
You have all the weapons you already need. And gesturing to the crown that you're probably already wearing. We've gotten from our allies the. Sorry, I forgot your group's name, Matt.
The Fawn.
The Fawn.
Fawn, yes. These weapons would merely be unneeded extravagance.
Great though the power of the brain flame crown, or whatever these things are called, may be.
A good name.
I fear one day we will meet an adversary on the pilgrimage that they cannot defeat. Better to create ourselves an order of hospitaller knights to protect the paths our devotees walk down into the waiting, loving maws of the kaiju.
You would court blasphemy with these actions. These things are built to destroy the great gods.
We need not turn them on the gods, only those that would prevent us from being ingested by the gods. If we were not meant to have these things, would the gods have not provided them? These tools of destruction are here as a test of our faith, and if we destroy them, that is dishonoring the gift of the gods, the approach of our own free will in not destroying them, and instead embracing their tonsils.
How do we not know this is not a test of our faith? That we would not
Tonsils?
choose and rebel? That we are not supposed to destroy these things and reject the temptation of the old ways.
We do not know that, but we don't know that to be true either.
I think we should leave this place and test the auguries further before proceeding.
I will look to Space Pope, whose name I can never remember. When
I'll look to Antrius as well.
And I will say, wise this council may be, I do feel that we would be better able to serve the benevolent kaiju with these tools at our disposal. But perhaps we should take some time to consult the books and draw a more robust conclusion theologically.
Master, I feel the path is clear here. However, I think we should remove ourselves from temptation before somebody does something rash.
I agree that the elders need to hear about this and shall perhaps enlighten us further on the one true path. Yeah, I'm fine leaving.
Okay. Yeah, we'll leave them there for now.
For now.
Now.
Now! That famous
And now that we're headed back, I want to absolutely tip off my family.
2 things.
Yes.
First, did we disable the radio stuff? We sabotaged that. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And then for the device stuff there, Mike, brain phone. 64 talks about them, about what they do, and like specifically the way it's pitched for normal devices is I pitch something, then you pitch something, like hints to what they do.
Okay.
So I'm thinking this is some sort of. It is obviously a cobbled together little thing, just a mass of wires and stuff like that around. I'm going to say like a robot heart, and it somehow interacts with the communication of these things.
Okay. Counter pitch? So I say it does the thing, you say it does the thing. It does both those things, or?
We both hint at what it does, is where it was.
Okay. So you're saying it hints at the communication of these things?
Yeah.
I mean, that's so good that I just want to say yes, right?
Well, and it's supposed to we're both supposed to give hints, not necessarily arguing with each other, but just we each throw something onto this, and then what it actually does is kind of figured out by rolls and stuff like that when we unleash power with it.
Okay.
I'm
going to say that it's inexorably linked to it's not dead.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
The life of the robot thingy somehow lives on in it?
Yes.
Okay. Now I have the issue of what to rename this. Notes. Actually, isn't there a good place for that, is there?
All right. So, and the other thing that you find, Kato, I believe, while you are harvesting these alien things, the robot, the artificial life forms, there is, and I guess all of you notice this, is that there, we talked about. We probably didn't talk about this, but the terrain on the outside, the western, the far side, I guess, parts of the base is starting to be, it's speckled with these pink blossoms.
Well, where's the super move list? I'm going to do a thing with them.
All right.
Oh, yeah, open. Sorry. Trying to figure out. I'm definitely going to try and figure out what the heck they are. Family character moves. No? Almost. Yeah, it's Unearthed Forgotten Lore, isn't it? That seems to make sense.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to like slap a label on it. But yeah, I'm going to go investigate these strange, unusual flowers that I haven't seen, maybe pick one of them, bring it back to the botanist among the family.
So as you get closer to them,
Yep.
they open, like the
Sweet.
petals open.
Yep.
And there's like teeth on the inside.
That is so cool.
Metal.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to do the lore roll now because I figure if it goes horribly wrong, this gives you more options. And Palika is going to help me on this one. Quiet Scholar. What do we do? Pretty good.
10. Okay. Which roll is this? I have Forgotten Lore, I believe, which is a character
Yeah.
move.
Yeah.
Okay. So you gain a data regardless.
Okay.
And you get to ask these 3 questions.
Again, I feel like my answer to the first question is just assumed to be a wonder. So how about the other 3?
So you can dig around the flower. It does this thing where it doesn't have like full locomotion, right? But it kind of like sways towards you a little bit, and like it goes back first and then sways a little bit forward and then sways back. And it's like if you think of it as sort of like a semi mobile, not ambulatory, but semi motion based, like Venus flytrap sort of thing. Like like that is that's what you're at right now. So you're able to like stay a little bit away from it, like dig at it, and there's like a complex series of roots that just stretch off below the topsoil in every direction, and it's like the flower is almost like a shoot that comes up out of the ground, and the roots are almost like the bigger part of the plant.
Sweet.
And it seems to be drying. It's a carnivorous plant of some sort, so like you assume that it's drawing water from rain, right? And it follows this normal biology.
Well, and like, does it have some of the marks of what I'm going to refer to as the Kaiju touched?
No, and like, it's not like a carbon-based life form.
Ooh. Is it more like the things that we have cultivated for a certain alien fellow?
It is more genetically similar to the gentle ones.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know if you actually call it the fawn the gentle ones. I just like that word.
No, that's fine. I'm okay with this.
I think they'd certainly prefer to be called that. Yes, we're totally harmless and did not unleash giant monsters on you at all.
Here, have a nice gift. Have a fruit basket.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, you said it's all big, like root and connected underneath there, so it's probably going to be pretty hard to like pick a flower or something like that.
You could absolutely pick a flower, but like it's going to be very hard to exterminate because of the extensive root network.
Oh yeah, that's all excellent. That's a positive trait in my opinion. Basically, what I'm going to be looking for is like seeds. Because like with this plant, I want to take it back, and rather than disrupt the whole thing, if I could find, its reproductive thing, well, that's all I need. It wants to grow.
Yeah. You're not able to find any like obvious pistil stamen flower parts.
Okay.
You could take a cutting of it, and maybe it reproduces like that.
That's possible. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll totally do that. And I try to make sure to get some of the root system too, because that's also like how some of those flowers do that stuff. And you know what I mean?
Yeah. When you cut into the root system, it spills out this yellow substance that kind of corrodes the area around it.
Awesome. These things rule.
You seem very pleased. This is terrifying.
Yeah. Oh no, you show the mad scientist some kind of cool mutant plant. He seems to be okay with it. Really?
All right. And Matt, none of the fauna are here, right?
No fauna are here. I'm repping Brother Felonius right now, so.
All right. Was there anything that Brother Felonius wanted to do before the scope changed?
Gosh. Is there anything else about, like, in relation to the kaiju or possibly something, an article of faith that might be around here?
An article of faith. I mean, yeah. Give me like there's gotta be like a search character move, right?
Something like that. Let's see.
Forgotten lore is kind of
there's uncover secrets in the family side. Find common ground. Research. There's research. Unearth forgotten lore. Forge a path, familiar face, unleash power, diffuse, wasteland survival. Yeah, honestly, Unearth forgotten lore is probably the closest thing.
okay. I mean, or I can just like tell you, I guess, right? Because it doesn't like searching isn't really a thing here.
Yeah, I mean,
see,
unless
right?
unless I'm trying to really uncover something, then it's not worth the roll.
Yeah,
so.
It seems like you find it in like Unearth forgotten lore is like or custom from the past. Weird. Okay. Sort of things that you're going to consider to be religious icons would be like there's a map that you find inside one of these sheds that is like of where the globe was, what the world looked like, what the world is, and it shows like all these different icons for things and like their paths over land and over sea, sort of thing. And like they're like some of them are dotted lines that like appear to like stay in the same area. And when you get over towards, would you even recognize like your landmass? No.
No, it'd be too far blown out. I mean, if it's a map of the world, like we're maybe the size of a county, if that.
Right.
Yeah, and like if any of us have any chance, it's probably him. Well, no, it's the fawn.
Right, the fawn would probably
the fawn would be able to read it. Like he might trade it over to one of them at some point.
Well, there's like a legend for all these icons, and it talks into and like pictures and stuff. And some of the pictures you recognize as the Great Ones, right? So it's unclear what this this object of art is talking about. There's clearly indicated bodies of water, yeah, but there's no. You're not able to figure out the significance of it besides the fact that it has markings of like where they've been.
So it's a path. It's a set of paths. It's a tapestry demonstrating the paths as written by the ancient ones, handed down from the great ones. This is obviously something we can use. I'm not certain how yet, but Brother Felonius at that point would be willing to declare this expedition a success for the faith.
Excellent.
Big mission accomplished banner unfurls behind him.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
Exactly.
Huzzah!
You murdered some heretics, right?
Mm-hmm.
You destroyed a heretical object.
Not enough heretical objects, if you ask me. But
All right. So, is there anything that we have outstanding at the character level that you wanted to take care of before we zoom back out?
nah.
All right.
Not really.
So I know Zach's got an outstanding family move. Does anyone want to try to claim initiative over him?
Actually, let me do a quick look at the family moves, because I don't know if the fawn might want to do something, depending on what they can find out.
Well, yeah, it's just that, like, where's the information coming from? It's a good question.
We trade with we trade with everyone. Comes through the grapevine like that.
I would just like to point out that I have 5 treaty on
Yes, that's nice.
all of us, I believe.
Yeah. If you want to spend treaty on this, you are welcome to do so.
I only have 2 on the red path. Sorry.
Only 2.
I can outspend you.
Yeah.
Nah. We'll let you fall into this for now. Let's just
Awesome.
step into it.
Thanks.
You're
This is
welcome.
gonna be awesome. This is gonna be awesome. Yeah, I mean, unless somebody wants to stop me, I am going to. So, through whatever means I communicate with the larger leadership or like the various ready to
Tribes.
deploy rebel cells in my family, right? I will send this information out that there is a cache of weaponry and/or armor and/or old technology that could be weaponized, and we should go get it now before the church does something not okay with it.
Andrews, what's your read on this?
I would have no idea about this, so I have nothing. I have no reason to stop him
Okay.
in lore or in the game. I mean, there's certainly moves I could do if I knew enough to stop him, but I don't. So
Well, Andreas may not. Does the family?
Yeah, remember that you are a representative of your entire family.
well,
Yes,
right
it's
now
all-
the leader of my family trusts him, right?
Well, but,
That's the guy you
but
pick?
But Brother Felonius doesn't. Brother Felonius
at the same time, right? We've already posited schismatics within, and there are always going to be zealots that are going to do the thing for the church that needs done, even if they weren't asked to do it, right? And I'll guarantee you, because like I said, I have like a group of other chimeric peoples around me. Well, one of those people could like get cold feet and like run it up the chain or something.
talk to
That they
some
think
bishop
are going to
or
be,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, I could use subterfuge to counteract this, but
Mhm.
Well, I think the big thing is you're going to use hold together to resist, essentially.
That's up to you if you want to do that, of course.
Yeah. Well, and like in this case, it feels, at least name-wise, incredibly appropriate.
I'm not sure hold together
yeah.
because like the people that I would be tipping off are not part of the church, right?
Oh, that's complex. You're trying to get people inside your own family to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hmm.
I think
Yeah.
what it would be representative of would be if the church were to move to stop the chimeric peoples, it would be spending the treaty to
Mm-hmm.
do so. Basically going, hey, we know you're going out there. This is our find. Leave it alone. That sort of thing. If you wanted to play that. That's, of course, up to you.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of other ways of.
actually looking up the specifics of spinning treaty because there's the move that lets you do it, right?
2 ways. You can either lend aid.
Okay, yeah, that's the one I was looking at.
Or you can call in a debt.
Okay.
Either gives you +2 on a move that targets them, take a surplus from them, or get them to back you up, fall into a decision, or protect something important.
So
you basically can use treaty to steal surplus too.
I could go get the weapons and or defenses, and then like you could demand some of them back as in order to like not start a war or not. Yeah. Yeah.
And the other option is to sort of, it would be the kind of like a race on who got to the weapons first, where if you were doing claim by force and I was using subterfuge, who rolls higher got there first kind of thing. But yeah, I don't know if that works either.
Yeah, so for subterfuge,
I can either make them less desirable or I could sabotage them, both of them with subterfuge.
Yeah, that would be what I would say would be the move there.
All right. Yeah. There are things that just come out of my brain when I stop talking, and one of them is that song. Oh, the other one is why can't we be friends, right?
Just like my standard traveling music.
Yeah. So I mean,
if there's no decision, I would say you probably aren't looking, or it's not something that's going to be contested at this point.
Yeah, I want to make if Adam wants to contest it on part of his family, I want to give him the opportunity to. Like, I don't want to just rush out and do the thing. I mean, honestly, I think your best play would be let me go do the thing, possibly like hurt myself in the process, and then on the way back, take the thing from me if you really want.
Honestly,
that's a good question.
And then I'll just like pick up a second stack of surplus motivation aimed in a slightly different direction.
I thought for sure you'd be seeking out justice.
So motivation was from a different thing, right? I have needs justice/revenge. But from one of the outcomes earlier, from the failed graboid attempt, I got a surplus of motivation. Screw Similius, because those guys didn't come through with the graboid repellents.
It takes time.
Yeah, I think right now I'm not doing anything. Well, I'll think about other things later, but right now I think your faction would probably be able to move faster than the church's grinding gears.
I would guess so too. I mean, I think that makes sense.
I'm fine with that.
Go forth and muck it all up.
Yep, that's exactly what I plan on doing. So I want to go after those weapons and that power armor. I'm going to go claim it by force. So I'm rolling plus grasp.
Yarb.
I get advantage when I'm scavenging. Does this count, El Capitan?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
I get my family has advantage while we're scavenging through the old world because we're raccoon people. Does that count here? Is this scavenging or is this just like acquisition?
I had an internet hiccup there for a second. So you're because you're arcane people, you're trying about scavenging or acquisition.
Yeah. So The scavengers. Your family descend from omnivores. You have advantage while infiltrating and scavenging for resources. I'm asking if that applies here, essentially.
I mean, it really depends on how you determine scavenge, how you define scavenge, right? Because you know the stuff's there, right? Like, you're finding it and you're picking it up and you're taking it with you. So I mean, you're scavenging from someone else's stuff so possibly I can be argued into yes.
Okay, I would argue to yes.
I'll argue it no.
I'm doing that now. No. Okay. So there's an 8. A 7 to 9, choose 2. On a 10 plus, choose 1. You need to commit more assets to securing it. Tie up one of your resources. One of your surpluses to this resource. You lose that resource, you lose the surplus, and vice versa. There is a cost to your victory. Your family gains a need of the GM's choice. You hurt somebody, the GM will say who, and they take 2 treaty on you.
Well, one of those decisions is.
All right, so I think I'm definitely committing a resource to this thing because I am going to be committing my scouts essentially, right? Like I'm committing my scouts to go get the stuff. So that's number 1, and then number 2. There is a cost to my victory. We get a need. What is the need, Mike?
Let's see here. What are these needs here? What are different options?
Need fruits. Whoops. Sorry.
No, like I want to give them like.
Well, so can I? The pitch I would immediately make, and is power. Like maybe these things just don't have batteries.
You mean energy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at that actually.
Maybe these things just like maybe they have like 1 or 2 shots in them at most, but we have to like actively charge them to make them work again. They've been sitting for too long.
Gotta find more fusion cells.
So,
or like craft more ionic batteries from like sodium and the metal sheets or whatever that is. Yeah.
So if I want to be a jerk, I could take Brother Korg's advice that we need more protection for our pilgrims. I hear the CCCP has wonderful scouts, and we might need them.
Yep.
Yeah,
and if you lose that surplus, that means you lose all of this as well. Okay.
Not saying that I'm gonna, just saying that it's there.
I would like to point out, and I don't know how this happened, but I actually have scouts written on my surpluses twice.
Can you have 2 of the same surplus?
I don't think I can. I don't know. Here,
no.
This is what my surpluses look like right now.
If you get too much surpluses, it like you get a different one that everyone agrees is appropriate given the current circumstances.
You can't even have 4 surpluses.
Well, you have needs.
Yeah, bearing in mind that my needs list is this.
Is that how it works? I thought it was.
Yeah, you can have.
It's your mood that can't be 4 or higher.
Oh, if your move gets a plus 3.
You get
Sorry.
plus or minus 3. Yeah, 3 for the mood.
Okay.
So yeah, I have so many needs that I can have a ton of surpluses and not be happy enough to trigger the move. Yeah, so I guess scouts would have become something else then, unless I don't know. I don't know why that's there. Let's just delete that. Let's delete the first instance of scouts.
I am going to say that in the process of acquiring new weapons, you've actually wound up converting some of the people. You've got the toys, and now people want to use them. So I'm saying that I'm saying that you have a need of spies.
A need for what?
Spies.
Spies. I have a need for spies.
There's no need for subterfuge now that you have a surplus of weapons.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So everybody, all the people that were like infiltrating places, like, give me some guns.
Right.
now they've
Look
got
at
the
blue
guns and they're like,
stuff.
woo!
Exactly. They're just like shooting them into the air where they used to be undercover. Okay. So for my efforts here, was that weapons, defenses? Because I'm planning on taking all. I'm planning like rolling up on like all of my ATVs and just like piling it all in the back. Everything I can take.
So
What
if
happened when
the
they fell off the back of the ATV.
weapons, right? We decided they were weapons.
Mm-hmm, yeah. You also said there were power armors, but I couldn't take enough with me.
Right. Oh, what's
Just
up?
out of curiosity, does claim by force actually generate surpluses? Because it seems like you're maintaining control of a resource.
Directors. When you direct your family to seize or maintain control of a resource, so he's seizing a resource in this case.
Yes, but resources are the non. So resource is the word for a thing that can be a surplus or a
Need. Correct.
right.
Because I don't.
So if I acquire a resource and I did not have a need for that resource, if I acquire a resource and I have a need for that resource, they just cancel out. A resource essentially goes away and is eaten by the need, right? If I have no need,
when I did that move earlier, I never gained anything from it. Like I didn't actually gain a surplus or remove a need, so I wasn't sure. It's fine.
I thought you taking control of New Valley Land.
That was just like in the fiction. I didn't actually gain anything from that until the age turned.
You should have gotten something from that
No.
that point.
I didn't know. I didn't write anything down because I didn't know anything. I just assumed that since this is a resource on the map, I now have control over it effectively. Not. I gain a
Resources
surplus
on
with
the
it.
map should provide either a surplus or cancel out a need for you.
Okay. Yeah, that didn't happen for me, but that's fine. I don't care. I just want to be clear because I just want to know.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's
Okay.
fine.
Well, do you have a resource? You got a surplus of land, right?
I had a surplus of land from the turning of the age. I don't have a surplus of land now.
wait, hold on.
So
Okay.
before the age turned, I had a need for land. And then when we did the turn of age moves, like one of the three resources I took was land from the fiction, technically. And I removed that need. But I had it after I did the claim by force move.
Right. We can absolutely give you a thing, right? A surplus or a resource from that, because the whole point of that move is to claim a surplus or remove a need.
Okay. If that's true, then I would be using the flush with resources move after that.
Okay.
Yeah, if you the glossary, page 303, resource, the key things your family needs to have in surplus. These can be in any kind of category from food to morale. See 31 to 32 for a list.
Okay.
Yeah, it's interesting because there's actually how am I still using the wrong version of the book that you guys are not using? Okay. Yeah, there's actually a place where they specifically call out data and tech as resources as well.
Yeah, they have special rules themselves.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, because those are like purely ephemeral resources, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. So, do you need to do that? I guess I haven't even looked at the flush with resources move because there's no way I'm ever making it there.
Basically, I can either get tech or gear, or I can get advantage on one of my family stats until the age turns again.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
So it should have something to do with the New Valley Land, right? So,
Well, it's any one of the surpluses at that point that he decides to get rid of.
Yeah, because it's just like erase one of your surpluses.
Yeah.
So you could pick anything.
Because basically they use that surplus.
Yeah. So the way that would have probably have actually played out if I had done this right. The need lands would never have been there when the age turned, so I would have probably picked a different surplus. I kind of like. It's not exactly the right word, but the spies one once again comes up. But having people in communities, you're basically having evangelists or having people out there in other communities.
Okay.
Honestly, evangelist is probably the best way to put it.
So there's I think there's a couple ways that. Okay. Yeah, could that be are they recruiting?
I already have recruits as a.
Oh, do you already have recruits as a thing?
I'd give him probably culture at that point, because he's out there driving cultural force with those.
Culture. Is that one of the resources?
Yeah, culture is a resource. Wow, but that resources page had nothing to do with what I was looking for.
I see prestige. But I don't
Which I already
see.
have that one as well.
Artisans, crops, defenses, energy,
Artisans.
engineering.
It says you feel free to make up your own. It doesn't have to, you have to use one of
Okay.
these.
Evangelist makes total sense then. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Although prestige and being at the forefront of Homeland Society.
No, I already have prestige.
Oh Jesus. Okay.
I have
Wow.
recruit, prestige, and
You know,
barter.
I already have all the things. Like, why do I need more things?
Look, I'm just saying I backed the right horse with giving them psychic screamers.
Okay, yeah, evangelists. You have evangelists everywhere. That are also like a spy network.
Okay, so we've got we've got some.
One of mine.
Fuck. Oh, and now the stream's mature.
It's like the worm turning.
Yeah. So we've got Zach. You claimed a resource by force. And
Yes.
we shook out some of your previous issues. Do you want to roll it into is there a move that you want to take if you want to move?
Well, I have to do flush with resources now since my mood would be higher than +3.
Okay.
I'm just.
Is that an ancillary family move?
It's literally
fine.
once you hit mood +3, it automatically goes off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it +3 or +4?
Oh, it
That
goes
page-
over.
4.
Page
Yeah,
20
so it's-
says it.
Yeah, when you go over 3. I'm just gonna have 2 super long lists of both, and then never make it above mood 1. That's how this rolls. I need so much, but mostly revenge.
It's going to be all about that revenge.
Terrible.
I have revenge and motivation. Get revenge.
Extra vengeance. Or vengeance. Yeah, that's the phrase I was looking for.
Revengeance.
Let's see. I don't know what I really care about for.
I mean, if I could propose something, like it sounds like you are trying to solidify. You've stretched way out, right?
Mhm.
So your reach has gotten better. You're sending things into the wilderness, so your reach has gotten better. Or the other option is, so we're now like dominating the culture of the valley here, so my grasp has gotten better. I think those 2 things. I don't think you're becoming hidden more.
Yeah.
You're clearly becoming more high profile as a force within the valley.
I think we will erase. Let's see. Yeah, we'll do the grasp one. So we'll make a show of power with great celebration. And we have a lot of extra goods just sitting around, so we'll have one hell of a party.
We will
A
spice
feast.
everyone up so
Yeah.
hard.
Let the
feast
7
before the
herbs and spices flow. Oh, that's your family model. The 7 herbs and spices must flow. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
So that means I
Except
have
if it
advantage on
might.
grasp.
Nice.
All right.
Which means you're really good at doing things like taking weapon sketches out of the desert.
All right. Was there? So yeah, what's happening with the families now? Like, so we know that the CCCP is moving in force over to the army base, right? Where's your little icon thing? I gotta put your icon thing over there.
You put it on there. It's there.
Not in.
It's in the upper left.
Those
No,
are the
that's,
toothed flowers.
Yeah.
The base is right below it, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's the icon for the CC.
Oh,
So
right.
we own
I
that thing.
don't actually
essentially,
have
for
an icon for you.
I don't think we do
I'm
either.
Yeah.
Just use the communist corgi that I gave you.
Well, no, I gave you the gruel one.
Yeah, the gruel one's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's up in the archived thing.
We definitely feel like we're headed for a gruel place right now.
What's cool?
It's here.
It's
I'll
the one
relink.
that's got like the burning effigy, the wicker burning effigy thing.
Relinking.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, wow. What is that from?
It's magic.
That's from Ravnica. Yeah, that's the Similius or the Simic,
Mm-hmm.
and the
That's clever. We should use all of those.
Well, the thing is, I don't know what the fawn would be.
The dragon
Artifacts.
people.
Let's say the what?
Artifacts.
Artifacts. Actually, you say that as if I don't play several artifact decks. I'll go find the Orzhov one.
clearly the red path is the.
No, we already have Red Path. Otherwise, I'd give them Orzhov.
Orzhov. Oh yeah, they're the like crazy kaiju cultist thing.
Yeah.
Because they are.
Hey.
Mhm.
All right. So, yeah. What's the story for the family's world? What's going on? Like, what's going on in the Smellius, or with the Fawn, or Adam? If there's something with the Red Path that you've got a flavor for. Did
Mm.
is there a giant party that everyone went to?
Did everybody get invited to the giant party, or was it just?
Oh, of course. That's how you show your power and wealth, is to invite everybody around to New Valley Land.
Mm-hmm.
Look at my buffalo people, basted in these delicious sauces.
Basically themselves and delicious.
That's right.
I imagine you have a partner that's like going around and somehow making them more likely to be eaten by kaiju, like
like
with the sensor of spices.
no, they're doing like a guy who just.
Oh, well, it's like the holy water flick of like sweet and sour sauce at them.
Pretty much.
I'm thinking Frank's Red Hot buffalo wings, but yeah,
You put that shit on everything.
yeah, it's delicious.
Yeah. So we do that. Gosh, what are the Fawn doing at this point? Because, like, okay. Oh boy. The CCP are gearing up for a fight? Is that what I heard?
Not intentionally or not. Yes,
Okay.
they have weapons.
They have weapons, and that in and of itself can be difficult. Do we... You know what? Let's go talk with the Similius and let them know what happened there.
Wait, what?
I think they want to push the Similius a bit to keep an eye or to do something with the CCCP.
but we like them.
But do you like them like them?
See, you put it like that, it's just like...
Like, it's one... like, if they come out on top, that could work. However, they also have stuff that may not... that could call down the kaiju faster than we want them to. Like, we're gonna have to go set up a whole new scam in another region if this shit goes south.
A scam? What are you talking about?
No. I'm sorry. We mean we're going to have to... You're not going to be able to evolve to your full potential with the CCP sitting right there with weapons that could destroy you where you stand.
You don't want to destroy us. They're our friends.
Yet.
Super besties.
For forever.
All right, let's take a 5-minute bathroom break real quick, and then we'll get back to the super besties.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Transitioning and good. And we're back. All right, I believe the Smilius and the Fawn were in discussions.
Yeah. We were having some form of discussion along the lines of, hey, the CCCP are arming up with anti-kaiju stuff. You might want to give them a side eye or something.
I mean, like, just like at that pitch, I don't see it. You know,
Maybe I'm not saying you have to do anything right now. Just keep an eye out. If you're worried about if you're wanting to become more like the kaiju and somebody's arming up with things that could potentially kill kaiju.
yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I trust them. They're good animals at heart. People.
All raccoons go to heaven.
That's that. I don't have reason to doubt them yet. Yet being the key term.
Other than the fact that I have 2 family-related combat moves that I haven't gotten to use yet. So
Yeah. Just I just imagine them like having rallies. We will sweep over this land, and we will crush the invaders.
they will flee.
Oh no!
no!
That's a whole different one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We will sweep over them in a tide of blood and thunder.
Yeah, that's a whole different shared universe thing. Yeah.
That's
God, I should have been a mouse.
You should have.
Should have been.
You'd have to talk with that voice the entire time, so
Oh,
I don't
God.
know about that.
No, my throat would implode.
If
I know.
I ever make a CCP character, it's going to be the mouse.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So, all right. So my problem here is that Smelly still thinks they're cool.
Sure.
I mean, I think there are things you could do if you wanted to persuade me that way. But
Yes, I think there
know.
are.
Exactly for this sort of thing.
I mean, I think we can get some diplomacy conducting.
Yeah.
So that looks like that'd be a reach roll if we're going down that road.
Well, and on because on that one you're basically. I was thinking calling it that. Let me put it that way.
You want me to do calling it? You think it's calling in a debt?
Well, I think the problem is that, like, in general, the family doesn't have that animosity. Like, I've been playing it so far,
okay.
they're clueless that the CPPD would be somehow unhappy with us. What are you talking about? We are their patrons.
Mhm.
See, that would work if I had treaty on you.
Oh, you don't need treaty on me?
No, I have no treaty on you. I am like, yeah, no, I can't make
Oh.
you. I can't.
All right. Well,
So
fine.
that's fine. Like,
I,
we're just reaching out because we're friends. We're trading partners.
I agree, but so are they. They work my farms. They do all these wonderful things, and like we're a
Hey,
familial.
I fought and bled with them. Like, I know these people, and they want a fight.
Mhm. I'm trying to figure out what I can do.
I just want there to be like a snake person sitting in the background going, "Don't tread on me."
No, why?
Yeah. So my problem here is that, like, the stuff I think the family actually wants to do at this point Like, because like again, we have cool new biological shit. Well, I want to learn more about that. Not really certain how to translate that into game terms.
That's the problem. I like the stuff that's built up, but the way the game is built is really hard for us to interact.
I have been kind of like staring at the rules like, all right, but how do I prod them into doing something?
Yeah. Well, and like the rule kind of assumes that I think like from the beginning that you're going to be more competitive with each other.
Yeah, there's a part in the game that basically says like, yeah, we assume that everyone's going to be at a Cold War / constant.
Yeah,
Cold
like
War
they're
levels.
expecting everybody to play completely cutthroat, almost parallel style.
Yeah. But like, I guess part of it is so far as I'm like, well, like either through character or family relationships, there's just like, well, no, like we have the characters actually know each other and shit, and like sort of like each other, or at least
Exactly, they built in character relationship stuff, which doesn't work if you're trying to foment that sort of progress.
Well, and because the characters are the face of the family in all of our heads, like I was just talking with Adam, I'm like, there are other people in your family because like when you're talking about screwed with the church, I'm like, yeah, I kind of feel like Kato feels like the hands-off thing because of his relationship with Adam's character. Like, that's his thing. I don't agree with it, but, I respect it. Whereas there are definitely people in the family who are like, they're fucking nuts. You want help with that? Yeah, that's fine.
Like, there are probably some Fawn who are looking at Gil next going, are you crazy? Wipe out the crazy cultists and let the animal people take over it. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So, anyway, like, those tooth flowers seem super hoot. Well, that I'm trying to figure out what the heck I'm supposed to be pushing towards. I might need something, like, annoying for me to get, which I think is the point. Let's see. Morale and leadership. Yeah. Can't really grow those.
You know what?
Or can you?
I mean, you could. Where's your secret leader project?
Exactly.
From my understanding, Colorado has grown morale.
Well, like you're talking about the plants, so I'm like, ooh, pet Venus flyplants.
Maybe they're sentient. Maybe you can rely on them for leadership.
You found Audrey's. Good luck.
Oh, geez, that would be hilarious.
Feed me.
Oh.
Leadership is clearly just a giant composite brain you have growing in a jar somewhere.
Oh, the ultimate.
Well, I was like, I'm even thinking like, because you said they're like all connected underground, and like, what if they're psionically active and just read everybody's thoughts and help bring everyone together and what they really want?
Cannibalism.
I think I just turned us into Juju zombies or whatever the heck that is. What is the yellow musk creeper zombies from D&D?
Yes.
Yeah. Just turn the entire family into that.
What happened? What was that planet in Mass Effect 1?
Novaria.
Yeah, Novaria.
Yeah.
No, Novaria was the Rachni.
Oh, Theros.
Theros,
yeah.
Thank you.
I can't remember the name of that creature, though.
Thorian.
The Thorian,
Yep.
thank you.
Yep.
The font of knowledge, never dry.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Also,
Yeah, alright, so that sounds
Dark
like
Moon
entertainment.
Guns. I'm sorry?
So, that sounds like entertainment. I want the tooth flowers. I'm sure they're perfectly harmless and great things for us to cultivate and bring into our own fold and blah, blah, blah. Which I guess is probably a Seized by Force?
we
Claim
only
by
have
force.
so many levers on which to
I know,
pull.
and I mean, this is part of my issue here. I'm like, I guess?
So what exactly are you trying to do? Like, what's the...
Basically go and get a viable sample and bring it back. So, I mean, it is sort of securing a resource.
Yeah, it would be, probably.
Like, we don't really want, like, the place, but, like, that thing we want. So, this is going to go good because I'm really good at C's. And I mean really good, I mean not. But hey, whatever.
Don't forget you can always power up and spend tech or whatever to do something.
Ooh, actually. Wait, where's...
Get good at a thing.
Spend a point of tech
good.
to gain advantage.
That is true. And then,
And surely you have a surplus of tech because you have a surplus of everything.
I actually do have. Well, I have 2 and 1 tech. Actually, no. I think for the device, it's basically a tech thingy. But anyway, Okay. Hey Zach, I have treated on you. I think you're gonna back me up on this as I go and claim shit.
Oh yeah, we'll sure. I think we actually get bonuses for just like being there when people do shit. So sure, we'll come. That's fine. Not a problem.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You remember what happened the last time?
Oh yeah, it went real bad. Well, the last time, so yeah, it went real bad last time, right? But that was how we got motivation. Fuck these guys. Exactly.
Yeah, I know. I'm just sort of asking this to go horribly wrong. And then yeah, what is tech advantage?
Tech advantage.
Yeah. So well, and we know the robot people are in the way there.
We get a chance to use our new tools. We're sending like a dispatch of scouts with you that are armed with these like power staves, right?
You were warned.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll actually, because we already talked about it, I want to use that the scavenge device there, the robot pieces and stuff like that, to help us like avoid alien robot contact while we're doing this, stuff like that, and cache that in this tech.
Okay.
Does that make sense to you, Mike?
I mean, let's cache it in this tech, right? And you can say that you initially intend for it to shield you from artificial life forms.
I entrust it to the scouts going out to do this because, I think it's helpful and it's from that region, so I'm sure it'll be appropriate somehow.
Yeah.
All right.
We're really good at using that stuff too. We're awesome at it.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a grasp roll with advantage. Was there anything else I can do to make that better? I'm trying to think. Is it? I don't know why I keep opening the book because the book doesn't actually. I'm like nowhere near where I need to be to make that helpful and useful.
I'm actually supposed to be getting my physical ones pretty soon, which I'm looking forward to because I feel like they'll be a lot more flippable.
Yeah.
That's what I like about having the actual book.
I feel like bad about it, but like for some reason PDFs don't really work as well for me.
Yeah,
which is weird. But
I have trouble parsing them as well.
All right.
Especially
I'm not seeing any other way to give them bonuses, so we're just going to roll some dice and let them go where they go.
Those are the ones that I know of.
Yep.
So we're just like riding out to collect plant samples.
Yeah. I'm sending some specialist biologists and horticulturalists. Pronounce that very carefully, please. To go and get this perfectly harmless plant and bring it back. I'm sure it'll be great. No modifiers.
We're going to be riding alongside you on 4-wheelers, shooting our
pew pew
our
pew
guns into the terrain to see what happens. So.
Basically, looking to pick a fight.
I mean, you're on main, so partial success.
Yeah. Let's see here. So, claim by force. You need to commit to securing it. Tie one of your resources. Surpluses to the resource. You lose the resource, you lose the surplus, and vice versa. There's a cost to victory. The family gets a need of your GM's choice. You hurt somebody, the GM will say, "Oh no, don't want to do that." Fuck.
What does 7 treaty look like?
I don't know. I don't want to do that because I feel proud that I have 6 treaty on the red path.
Wait, doesn't Zach also have to roll his plus treaty for lending aid on this?
Sure.
Ooh.
I will
if you spent tech, you can't do any more advantage.
Yeah. Oh, that's
well.
Then
unspend your tech. You brought me along for a reason, right?
Yep.
All right, so I get a roll plus my treaty with you.
Yeah.
2d6
plus 5.
So it's literally a 7 through 9. Yep, there you go.
Yeah, this seems to work fine.
This went okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, and I could commit. I think I have resource. I just sort of like that because it's horrible in a way.
It's just horrible enough.
Sorry, what was that?
I have surplus recruits.
Okay.
And we were just talking about the plant zombies.
You're gonna Thorian some people. Just have them milling around.
Well, and like,
thing.
because like it doesn't eat the recruits up; it just is linked to them. And if I lose it, I lose the recruit.
Oh God! So are we like? Did we have to provide it with human like hosts to bring pieces of it back? Is that what happens?
Oh wow, that's
They
horrible.
have growths. They get
Yeah, no, that motivation fuck Civilius is like really doing some work right now in my brain.
All right, so what do you think, Mike? I'm open to Yellow Mouse Creeper zombies.
I mean, I'm already. That's lovely.
All right. I'm not certain what that counts as for a surplus, though. Fuck. I was just looking at the knees. I'm like, well, I need morale and leadership. Man, both of those got super dark.
I mean, works, right?
Well, you might have get that leadership problem taken care of. All are one.
So what surpluses do you currently have?
I have barter goods, land. Well, all right. So I have barter goods, energy, and recruits. Land and livestock are currently tied up under cultivation and don't count. And then I have morale and leadership as needs.
For my part, since I came out here to help you, I'm going to be erasing. Thanks to my "Are we not men" move, I'm going to be erasing my morale need. Because we have all the morale we need. With the guns, we're out here, we're doing stuff. And also, we have even better reason to, like, get our shit together. Because they're coming at us from all angles now. With the brain control and the kaiju eating. The aliens are the least terrible ones.
I love the fact that your whole family
we like it.
is just slowly going, am I the last guy in the horror movie? What the shit?
I mean, I was going to do needs of justice, but like...
That's almost even darker.
What group would have committed the need for justice? There's a long-standing crime that demands reparation. The group that hurt you hasn't suffered at all, while you have to deal with the harm they've dealt every day.
Did we already determine this is part like kaiju based?
No, it was the opposite of kaiju based.
No,
opposite. Yeah,
it didn't have the kaiju creep.
Yep.
But it was extraterrestrial.
Yeah.
Well, so extraterrestrial is like one thing. Yeah.
Okay. So look, you were talking about need for justice. What I would pitch is that the plants are indeed sort of sentient. Wow, I speak English good. But like enough that they have some memory of, for example, how they came to the planet and where the kaiju might have come from.
Oh, fuck you.
Very much. Yeah, no, they embed themselves in the brains of the recruits, right? And those recruits start like singing the history of the plant since it came to Earth.
I'm gonna tell you one better, right?
All right, let's go.
It's a bioorganism,
Mm-hmm.
And it's still the earliest larval states of it, and it eventually is like it's gonna eat kaiju. Yeah, I like that. So the justice, the long-standing justice bit, we'll go with that. It knows that it's a sentient organism, and it is spread underground through vast networks. And the more, like, the bigger it gets, the smarter it gets, and then at certain size, it starts trying to figure out how to eat the kaiju. And that's kind of its purpose.
Okay. I'm not certain how to write that
down. Feels so much like a good idea, bad idea thing.
It's a Peruvian monkey lizard.
Yeah.
Well, and what you just pitched to me was, this thing's going to adapt enough to be better than the kaiju. My friend!
Brothers!
Okay, so just to circle back, do you now have a need justice with regard to the fawn?
Yeah, I don't know where that ended up being. Because your pitch now, I can see it being surplus morale.
Or
because the family now knows what the fuck they're doing, or leadership, one or the other.
Well,
yeah, I would pitch leadership more than that. We have a goal, which is to incorporate ourselves into this.
we have a leader. It's a fungal novus that lives under the ground and tells us to eat kaiju.
It's a really big rose. Yeah, let's go new leadership. Let's do that.
All right.
What does the new leadership says? It says, it's unclear how your family is meant to operate. There's no clear voice to manage your discussions. And if you have a clear idea of what they're meant to be doing at any one time. So, I think that maybe it took over somebody important. In the transplant process, somebody pricked their thumb on one of the things, thorns, and now they are tending to the rose.
There's two wedges, and there's two wedges of the family now that are involved with this thing, and one of them is studying it, and one of them is it.
Is being studied by it, yeah.
I got the pitch for you here.
Okay.
So, one of the groups bringing it back, one of the samples, gets a little bit cut off, stuff like that, and, the Semelius members in that group run out of things to eat, and otherwise they're going to start having their bodies just eat themselves and rip their stomachs out, so they eat some of the plant, but the kaiju digestion doesn't work.
Because it's built to eat the kaiju, so it's...
And that's how the plant takes over those people.
It literally just grows in their digestive tract.
Yep, and just kind of intertwines into them and stuff like that, and just incorporates themselves into it.
Yeah, and now it's venom, right? Sorry, I have a parasite. Awesome. Okay. That's terrifying. What happened? I got a plant living in my gut that controls my every thought.
But it doesn't feel so bad.
It's the future. It's the episode of Futurama, right? They're all slightly more confident and charismatic, and they have aeons of knowledge to draw from. No, they're living their best lives right now.
Yeah. So I want to make a family. I want it to be kind of cool, transhumanism, exploring the concepts. No, all of it. Give it to me.
Get in there! Ingest all of it!
Plant zombies, go!
So, in the meantime, while this is going on, I think the fawn are going to try and address their energy need.
Okay.
By going out and finding a source of energy.
Okay.
So, how would we go about doing that?
So I believe that one of the moves is, find stuff you need.
Well, wouldn't it just be... what would that be? Uncover secrets?
That's a discovery your family made, though.
Because otherwise it'd be forge a path or unearth forgotten lore.
Yeah.
There's a giant mech that has some sort of power source. Maybe you should just go acquire it from that.
That's true.
Oh yeah.
No,
yeah.
didn't we go to that the mechs had no energy? That's why they couldn't be used.
No, there's a giant stocky gun mech in the Crow Ruins.
That one's fine, yeah.
I guess we could go take on the gun mech, claim it by force.
That one seems perfectly fine.
Yeah, nothing could possibly go wrong here.
I'll come if you want me to. I'm here for it.
Oh god.
I got gun staves.
On
You got gun staves and 4-wheelers and a bad attitude.
I don't know. I'm kind of worried about you a little bit, honestly. How'd the Red Path feel like about taking out a giant abomination?
It's clearly something that could harm Kaiju, so yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
But I also have no treaty on you, so...
That's kind of also part of my point.
I roll
So if you want my aid, it's going to be at a flat roll.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay.
I'll take the aid because I need the advantage.
Well, no, I have to actually succeed in the roll in order to gain you advantage.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'd rather you take that roll and have the chance of getting the advantage than not.
I see.
So you're mobilizing the forces of the church to go fight a giant robot. What does that look like?
I mean, roll. How you roll? I guess we know how it looks like.
9. Damn.
Mm.
Okay. So you have advantage. I just have to face any consequences of your roll.
Yeah, this is fine. Nothing could go wrong here. Claim by force with grasp. That does sweet 0 grasp.
But you're rolling with advantage, so.
Yerb. No modifiers. Woo!
I mean, that's amazing, right?
Yeah.
Yup.
So with 11, you claim by force. You just pick one thing, one of those 3 things, and we can figure out how the church helps. I mean, the church, how?
They give us bodies.
Right.
Yeah.
We appreciate them. We need the bodies. You commit more assets to securing it. One of your surpluses. Try one of the surpluses to the resource. If you lose the resource, you lose the surplus. So I think what we'll do is we will commit our progress to it. We'll tie that up.
Progress, huh?
Yeah. Basically, all the progress we've made in uplifting the boneyard.
See, I was gonna say you should have harmed somebody doing it. I just imagine just waves of red suited cultists being cut down.
We could, but no, I don't want to piss off the only person who legitimately likes me around here.
Yeah, Adam, what are the resources does the cult commit towards the fawn for this process? And then Matt, how does this go down?
Yeah. Oh, I have an idea, but I want to hear what Adam's got for us.
I mean, it would have to be people, even if it's. Yeah, it's because I'm assuming that the Fawn probably have some way of stopping, but they need to get close. They need time, so.
Have you committed
Yeah.
have you pressed the Buffalo people into taking up arms?
No.
Okay.
No, we didn't force anybody to do that. That's why we were going to resist the weapons from the cache in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
We're not a militant body.
We're an all-volunteer death cult.
Yeah, exactly. People are volunteer to sacrifice themselves.
Yeah, that makes sense. So you provide the bodies, we'll provide the tech. What we use, we basically break out a bunch of our crazy floating jalopies and let you guys pilot some of them around to kind of distract the gun mech after a brief crash course in how to fly them without completely wrecking them. We still probably lose a couple in the process, unfortunately. It's just the way of things. I'm certain you'll make sure your men get proper burials. By burials, we mean feeding them to a kaiju at some point in the distant future.
Sure.
And essentially, what we do is, a couple of engineers still remaining are able to make their way onto the mech before it can activate whatever automatic defenses it has, and just basically plant charges in its sensor packages.
Well, so you're able to get up to it fairly quickly. It's not
Yeah.
it's for as large as it is, it doesn't have like it's got the Death Star problem. There are no point defense weapons.
Right.
It's not designed for taking on tiny, normal human-sized things.
Yeah, it's a kaiju fighter essentially.
Right.
So they get on there, they'll plant on the sensor package to kind of blow that apart, and then do what they can to rewire it to stop it from being active as a gun platform. And then from there we'll start rewiring it to get energy out of it, to harvest the energy essentially, and turn it into kind of a power station, I guess.
Okay. Is it you gonna keep it mobile?
Yeah, that seems good. That seems very much in keeping with the Fawn at this point, because they'll gather together to do a thing and then they'll disperse out. So basically, it'll move from enclave to enclave, so that people can charge up their things like the replicators and such.
So as you're hacking into it, you find out that there's it has like an orbital insertion mechanism, but it has no. There's no get back version of that.
Damn.
It doesn't have like rockets or anything on it, so it can't leave. But yeah, it gets deployed, no problem. And it's really like incredibly resistant to crushing force. It's incredibly resilient on the inside, as well as the armor itself is incredibly thick and strong and sturdy.
Yeah,
it's
this would be useful.
You're able to get inside of like access panels and stuff like that. Like it's human sized stuff is able to access it.
That's good. We can use that. Not certain how yet, but we can use this. In addition to the sweet energy it provides.
Yeah. And it's got some sort of fusion reactor inside of it, right? It's like a Seawolf class submarine, but they can stop you with a giant gun.
Yeah, no, that's fine. We'll use that.
Awesome.
It's simple human wiring. It's fine. A child can play with this. I played with this.
When my kids give me a cold, I can't stop blowing my nose, and it's awful.
Mm. Okay. So how do
Yeah, everybody's sick.
I'm not.
Yeah.
That's me. Okay. How do we turn it?
All right, Adam, did you have a family thing that you wanted to do?
Yeah, I have two things that I wanted to do. First, I'm going to use a family move, a voice in the wilderness. Basically, I'm condemning someone publicly. And seeing as how the CCCP is now flaunting weapons that they shouldn't have access to because they had no knowledge of this secret base, clearly something is wrong. And we're going to use this move against them. Which has a 9. So I get to choose one of these options, which is going to be the crowd delivers a representative of your foe to you.
Oh, nice.
So someone who knows where the CCCP got these weapons or how they got them has been delivered to the church. I'm not going to get more into that right now, but that's happened. And you're also now considered corrupt by my family.
Okay. Okay.
And the other thing I wanted to do was to effectively take over the Transfiguration Chamber.
Okay.
Because the prime tenet of our faith is the transformation into gods, which we had originally thought we would achieve by feeding ourselves to them. But a faction led by Antrius is sort of growing in a possible schism of the church. But he's leading a group to take over that. So we're gonna do just another grasp roll.
Are you gonna is that gonna be shelter, medicine, or progress, or what do you think?
I think. I mean, progress is probably the most likely of the default options.
All right, can we roll?
Yeah. Oh, good. I spent more time. Oh,
Ooh, 5.
okay.
Oh no!
Advantage failed me miserably there.
Wow.
2, 1, 1, or 2, 2, 1.
What?
2,
Plus
2,
0
1,
plus
yeah.
1. Yeah. All right. So let's see. The move was claimed by force, I believe.
Yep.
So. I always wish there's like on a 6 minus do is always down here.
I mean, I am fine with Antrius being expelled from the church for this failure.
The church rends itself on discovering the heresies that have permeated it.
It's become too large. Like it's an unwieldy body that's full of different. You need to have like a first conventions or like start
Council of
schismatic.
Nicaea.
I mean, sure.
It also effectively ticks the last box for Antrius's rolls, which basically lead into his death move. So I'm fine.
All right, let's do that. So that sounds interesting. So like I think the lore like that happens here is that I think that the synthetic life forms are already there.
Ooh, okay.
They're kind of swarming over this location, and then you can tell us how Antrius gets involved with that.
I clearly from what we discussed before is that these robotic folk are some sort of also another abomination that need to be destroyed. So he leads a charge into this bunker, with inadequate forces and inadequate weapons. Maybe the mental laser things don't work so well on synthetic forms, and it's never been used against them, so he would have no way of knowing.
Interesting.
And the faction he leads is largely wiped out. He obviously survives somehow. Probably his own body mutations take over and mutate against some armor that's resistance to whatever they use, lasers or something probably. So he survives through his own mutation, but this mutation drives him that one step too far for the church, that he's no longer human enough to be considered part of the church. He's more monster, and not in a way that
not the good kind of monster.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna get a logo for these people and drop them in the map too, because that's how I do. Oh, so great. Just give me that. That's exactly what I want. All right, cool. And done. Awesome. All right. It's not actually like super late yet, but I am worn out and dragging. So we've done a round of character stuff. We're doing a round of family stuff. I think we'll put like a pin in this, and we'll pick it back up next time. Does that seem legit?
About right.
Sounds good.
All right.
Yeah. But do we have a conflict with next week?
yeah.
Be here.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do the Great Cake Caper next. Cake Caper. Continue the shit.
Continuance of the Great Cake Caper.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Continuing cake capering.
Some scum, some villainy, definitely both. And
Good,
then
little bad.
we'll pick up there. Yeah, I'll update the calendar because to make sure that that's like all official and stuff. All right.
And then in 2 weeks, the revolution begins.
No, like I said, I'm out on 2 weeks. So
Oh,
yeah, I'm going to be suffering with my family in Hawaii. So
okay.
That's
In
horrible.
3 weeks, the revolution begins.
No, I don't know if you noticed this, Zach, but you're missing the revolution resources needed for resolution, but you've got most of what you need for total war.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean by revolution.
Oh, okay, good. I didn't just check.
I'm planning on just like razing everything to the ground. We are
revolution
we're
will not
ending
be
the power structures that exist by force.
because television waves attract the kaiju.
In 3 weeks, I'm going to be in North Carolina.
No.
Oh my god!
I'm not saying no, just that we'll have to check. I'll have to check internet connection before I can.
Sometime in October. Revolution begins.
Oh, also, you people. Yeah, I'll just. So hey, everybody, thanks for tuning in. We will get the rest of this. I don't know. Maybe that'll be the catalyst that ends the boneyard for good, or brings a new order. We'll see. But yeah, keep watching. We got games every Tuesday and Thursday nights. We got special events. Just yesterday, we had a wonderful special event with Ash McCallan, and yeah, several folks were there too. That was super cool. We got to see Oracle, and I don't know. I'm sure we have another event this week, but
We can just make one.
I think we've got a. I gotta check with the bosses. So if you enjoyed what you saw, like, share, subscribe. But we've got a Patreon, we've got a Twitch channel you are hopefully watching this on, or you kind of catch us on YouTube or that D&D podcast everywhere. Take a look us up. I was going to close with a non-capital shit.
Socialism? Are you gonna be socialist?
I'm
I'm cool with that.
My
That's
socialist
cool
plug
with
is
that.
healthcare because we clearly need it here.
Good
What's
God,
going on
yes.
tonight?
Fun comment. I was at a work offsite with my team, and I told everybody, we were talking about something. I was like, yeah, I'm basically a socialist, and then I had a wonderful discussion with several teammates from
Nice.
different
The other
parts
side
of.
the fence.
Oh, you don't mean that. I think you'll find I do. Yeah, so my plug is what was that thing that I was finding out earlier? Oh, right. It's what's that? Yeah, it's late. So if you want to toss out a plug, feel free to do so. We'll do the same order that we do things in normally.
If you're in Vegas new week, look me up. Or next week, look me up.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
I plug nice climates. That's all I ask for right now is just this beautiful retreat from the heat to never end.
Sleep. I will always and forever plug sleep.
Sleep good.
As the parent of a toddler.
Yeah.
Sleep is precious and sleep is
Yeah.
good. Get it while you can.
I'm gonna say do something that generates hope.
Like sleep.
Yeah, sleep is hope for the brain. That's true. Jonathan, you got one?
I don't know.
That's fine.
Do cool things. Be nice to each other.
Be excellent to
There you
each other.
Be excellent to each other, yeah.
Exactly.
Party on, dude.
That's right.
Because God gave rock and roll to you.
Yeah, be more
That's
excellent
right.
to each other.
God gave rock and roll to you.
All right, I'm
Be
gonna
like
press the
super.
end stream button now and then upload this
God
to
gave
YouTube.
rock and roll to you.
Thanks everybody. Have a
Cheers.
good night.